Welcome guys, thank you for watching this video, but before we proceed, do not forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, share it to all of your friends, and also check out the description for further information guys. And now, let's get into the video.
Alright guys, so welcome to today's video, and in this video we are going to create a Beli system in our One Piece game right here. So yeah, let's quickly recap what we have done in the last episode. So I think that we have worked on this stat system right here, so the bars now work perfectly. This whole display system works perfectly, the leveling up works perfectly, so we are pretty much done with the stats for now. Alright. Now, the next thing, as I've already said, is going to be the Beli. So, the currency in every One Piece game, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, so let's begin by entering inside of the status store script. So since we want our Beli to save, wait, no. Let's go inside of, wait. Okay. Yeah, so go inside of the server script. And yeah. So since our Beli is a currency, and this currency is of course being used to buy stuff later on, etc., we want this Beli to be saved, okay? Therefore, we need to use data stores in order to save it, as you guys already know. But since we already have created many data stores, and especially this one right here, we can just enter the Beli as a value. Means we just basically need to create the Beli as a value inside of our data folder right here, and then it should be automatically saved. Let's see if that is actually the case, but yeah, it must be, since, as you can see, this right here works totally automatic. Okay, so let's begin. So local Beli means we are creating a variable, which basically represents a newly created instance. So we are creating a new instance. The first argument, as you guys should know, is the class name of your instance, which you want to create. In our case, it is going to be an int value, because, well, we could also use a, a number value. So we could make Beli a decimal number, but I prefer using int numbers or int values, so the total opposite of decimal numbers. And yeah, okay. And the second one determines what the parent of your instance right here is going to be. Means in, or where we want to put our instance into. Basically, folder, and folder is our data folder right here. Okay, the next thing is the name. Of course, Beli. The next one is the default value. Means if there is no data which could be loaded in terms of Belis, etc., then this value right here is going to be applied to your Beli right here, and it of course is going to be, well, I don't know, maybe, come on, let's do 0, and that's actually it. Now let's test this thing out to see if everything is being created fine, and to even see if it saves. So as you can see, our Beli right here is being created. Now let me change it to a pretty great number, and now let me save it. Let me play again, and let me see if it has been saved correctly. And as you can see, it did not save. Okay. Okay, it did not save for whatever reason. Let's try it out again. Probably didn't save again. Oh, okay, it did save. Alright. So the saving does work, even though we have experienced some issues. So, if you want to guarantee that the saving works, then you should be saving, or you should add something like auto-saving. Means you have a certain amount of seconds, and every time when those seconds have passed, you just save. You know, so I'm gonna create an example for that. So let's use the spawn function right here. You can also use a quarantine, but I personally prefer using spawns. And what this thing does, as you guys should know, is that the code in between, right here, is being run without interrupting the rest, without pausing the script, and yeah, so that's basically the advantage of using this. And like, imagine that you are using a while loop, as we are right now, and this while loop would just freeze everything else, or pause everything else, and we just focus on this loop, you know? And by putting it inside of the spawn, we basically prevent that. So the rest works, but this part right here works as well, you know? So that's basically what happens. And let's autosave for each 30 seconds. So print autosave, and then basically just the save function with your player inside of those brackets. There we go. So that's basically how you set up an autosave. For this data store, of course, I don't know what kind of data stores you are using, but you should be using this one if you yeah, want everything to be easier for you. Alright, now, the next thing which we want to do is that we should create some kind of Beli display, which tells us how much Beli we currently have. Okay, for those purposes, right-click on your main GUI, insert object, and as you guys should know, OBS is not recognizing this tab, which appears when you right-click on something. So you just right-click, insert object, and then insert a text label. Let's call this one Beli. And yeah, this one is going to represent our current amount of Belis. Alright, so you have to imagine that we are going to add some more buttons right here below the stamina bar, therefore it will look differently later on, and it of course looks pretty let's say pretty weird as for now. But yeah, we're going to fix that. Alright, now let's insert a local script inside of your text label. You guys should hopefully know how this works. So right click, insert object, and yeah. What this local script is going to do is that, so this local script is going to update your Beli display right here each time when your Beli currency changes. Means this Beli value right here changes, okay? And we are going to script that change as well, so we are going to create some money bags or chests later on in this tutorial within Blender, and I'm going to script them later on. Means we are going to script that once you touch them, you basically receive a random amount of Belis. That's basically the plan for this video. Alright, now, the first line is going to be the definition of a variable which represents our player, as you can see. So, game, of course, the head category, let's say, or the parent of all of these children or categories whatsoever, and then players. So accessing this players category and then .local player. Basically, you can just perform this when you are using a local script. This will of course not work from the service perspective. And the next step is to, well, you do not need to define all of those variables, but I'm just doing that because I'm pretty lazy and I do not want to type that much. So data, and we are going to refer to the data folder. So player, wait for child, data. And now script parent, text, Beli, data, wait for child. I'm gonna explain this in a bit, do not worry. Value. Now let me change something regarding this text. Beli. Okay. So what happens right here is that, first of all, script is our local script, okay? Then parent, basically we refer to this text label, and then we refer to a property of this text label, which is text. So if we scroll all the way down, you can see that this property right here called text is right here, okay? And now, by using this equals, we basically replace the current text with what is following right here, which is Beli. So pretty much the same to this point. So if you would think that the 0 did not exist, so pretty much all the way to this point. And then we are adding something additional. And this additional thing is basically our Beli. So data, remember data folder. Then wait for child. Basically we are waiting till this Beli value appears. And then its value. So referring to its property called value, which is basically our Beli, our cache in the end. And what this line basically expresses is that our text is going to be, or is going to adapt to the amount of Beli we currently have. That's basically what this line right here expresses. Now, but it does not update or anything, okay? So it only adapts one time, but we want it to adapt every time when it has changed. So how do we do that? We basically refer to our Beli value again, and now we make use of an event called changed. So this reacts to changes, or this event fires when this Beli value has changed, means its property has its value property has changed, which means that our amount of Beli has changed, okay? And if our amount of Beli has changed, then we want to make the text label adapt to the current amount of Beli. And that's basically it. That's it with this Beli display right here. Let's test it out. Let's see how this is going to work out, but it should work fine. And as you can see, we have a pretty weird number, but this happens when you enter a far great number, so a pretty high, pretty great number. And let me lower it just to demonstrate to you that this works perfectly fine. And as you can see, it has updated to my change right here. I could even put 10 inside and it would still react. Okay, that's basically it now. That's it with the Beli display. Now, the last thing we want to work on is that we, bring up those Beli changes naturally, or an increase naturally at least. Means we are going to create some chests, some money bags, which you can touch and which bring an increase to your amount of Belis. So for those purposes, let me just quickly switch over to Blender. Wait. I'm not sure if I have just recorded Blender the whole time. Let's hope not. Okay, never mind. I did not. So yeah, you guys have just seen everything, so everything was fine. And yeah, so this is Blender 2.8. I'm not going to explain any of those controls, just a little bit, and I'm just gonna enable this plugin right here called Screencast Keys, which lets you see my mouse and keyboard inputs, as you can see. And I'm not going to explain what everything does. I expect you to be familiar with Blender, and yeah. Okay, now let's move on. So the first thing which we are going to create is a money bag. And this is actually pretty easy. Well, it of course depends on how detailed you want your money back to be at the end. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep it, well, not simple, but I'm not gonna make I'm not going to make a pretty, yeah, let's say pretty detailed one. Just a fine one, let's say. So nothing too special, but nothing too bad as well. Okay, so that's actually it. So this is it with the money back. We could now use this sculpt mode just to add some, some random engravements to one of these sides, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Let's actually do that. Wait, no, brush, no, come on. Let's sculpt, come on. Sculpt mode. Wait, where was it? There was a mode which allowed the user to, to increase the size of the spots you are pointing at. But where was it? Maybe inflate? Yeah, probably. So is anything even changing? Probably not. Come on, just work as expected. Come on. Well, let's just use this one. Okay, I'm not even sure if anything has happened. Probably not. Never mind. I'm gonna export this thing now. So go to File, Export, and then OBJ, and I'm gonna do that now. Alright, so I have now exported the money back. Now the next thing which we want to create is a chest. This one, yeah, could be a little bit more, say, difficult. Actually, depends on what kind of chest you want to do. Alright, so let me cut this thing off, and let me add a modifier called mirror. Basically, just mirrors everything on this side. Okay, now can just do this and to this. Maybe not these ones, but all right. So this has worked. This has worked out. Okay, we forgot to do the same thing on this side, but do not worry. Yeah, it is actually that easy. Okay. Now, we could now just add a little bit more detail. No. Okay. Let's go with this one. Apply, and of course, same thing again. File, export, OBJ. I'm gonna pause the video now. There we go. Okay, so I have now successfully exported this thing. Now let me switch back to ROBLOX. ROBLOX Studio. There we go. And now let me add 2 mesh parts. So right click, insert object, and then add 1 mesh part, duplicate it, and now let's move on with importing our assets which we have just created. Yeah, so let's import this one. So this is the chest. And yeah, there we go. Blanks, yeah, so as you can see, this has become a wooden chest now. Let's import this thing. Okay, money back, there we go. Yeah, and as you can see, the face orientation is messed up, but ROBLOX has thankfully added this feature called double-sided, or this property called double-sided, and this now prevents this from happening. Well, not from happening, but you can just easily fix it. You guys have to imagine that this feature is a pretty new feature, as far as I know, because it wasn't there before. And I personally was someone who did not give a damn about face orientation, and every time it used to be messed up like that, you know, and it was really a pain to just undo everything and just to fix everything within Blender, because you had to flip the faces just to fix it, and it was a pain actually. And ROBLOX has fixed it, thanks to ROBLOX, and this feature is just pretty cool. Okay, so these are our money. Our money options, our money collecting options, our money receiving options. You know, so if you step on one of these, you basically just receive Beli. Okay, so let's script this. And there are several methods on how you can do it. So of course, the method, or the main method, is to check if the player has touched one of these, okay? But what I actually wanted to say is that you can either add a script in all of these assets, or you can have a main script. You can have a main script. Wait, come on. Let's move it inside of the server script service. So you can have this main script right here, which does the following, okay? So for IV in pairs, Workspace, get descendants, deal. If v.name is back or v.name is chests, then if v is a mesh part, then. Okay, so let me explain those lines. So the first line makes or just loops through the descendants of the workspace, and descendants basically is everything inside of the workspace. So not only camera, terrain, spawn location, back, chest, space plate, it also is the decal inside of the spawn location, it also is the texture inside of the base plate, and it also could be another decal which is inside of the texture, and another mesh part which could be inside of the decal, which is inside of the texture, which is inside of the base plate, you know? So just everything inside of the workspace. That's basically what get descendants does. And by doing that, we actually loop through everything inside of the workspace, okay? And even through those bags and chests, which are deeply hidden inside of some models, inside of some folders, you know, so just inside of the whole map, okay? So we are also able to connect or to refer to these. And yeah, so you gotta imagine that we loop through the descendants, and of course we do not have a map yet, therefore we barely have anything inside of the workspace. But if we would have had many maps, therefore many parts, many models, and many other instances, we basically just filter out these from our back and chests, which deliver Beli to us once you have touched them. And one characteristics of those Beli delivering instances is that their name either is back or chests, okay, like these ones, and that they are mesh parts. So, and those ones are of course mesh parts. So these are the two characteristics as for now, and if those requirements have been met to the instance, which we are currently at, because as you guys know we are looping through, then we basically have referred to one of these Beli delivering things, and we can connect to them by checking if they have been touched, or if they are going to be touched. So, and hit, so basically this argument right here gets the thing which has touched our bag or chest. So if this, so hit is basically the part, okay, or the instance, but it must be a part, you know, so you're not able to make an int value touch a part, you know, so it must be a part at the end, or a mesh part, or at least something physical, you know, which you are able to touch. So if this, no, wait. So we are expecting that one of the limbs or one of the body parts of our player touches one of those bags or chests, you know, and these body parts are located inside of the character, okay? And one characteristic of of a character is that this character contains a humanoid. So we need to check for the humanoid, okay? But how are we able to do that? So you basically, as I've already said, hit has to be a body part, and the humanoid is in the same character model instance as the body part. Therefore, hit parent would refer to the model as an instance of your character, and then find first child humanoid would basically try to refer to the humanoid. And by doing so, we basically want to express that if the thing which has hit the back or chest contains a humanoid, therefore is either a player or an NPC, then we are going to continue. So we have basically filtered out players and NPCs from the rest, and now we need to make sure that the thing we are trying to filter out is a player. And we do that by, so how do we do that? Of course, players are listed inside of this players tab, and your player or your character has the same name as your player, you know. Therefore, we just want to check if there is a player inside of this players list which has the same name as hit.parent, aka the character, because an NPC has no player inside of the player list. Therefore, there's nothing to find. So if hit.parent find first child humanoid and game players, find first child, hit parent name, and there is no, never mind, there is no other requirement. Okay, so if these two requirements are met, then we want to, yeah, give out cash. But wait, local already hit. And let's use this as the third requirement, so I'm gonna explain this in a bit. Okay, already hit false. Okay, so if a player has touched this chest or this bag right here, then we want to do the following. So we want to give out cash in the first place, and this one, or this, expresses the character, because P, so player, so this refers to the player, so game players, and then we are trying to access or refer to a player which has the same name as the character which has hit our bag or chest. So, and now P data Beli, value, wait, I forgot to add this value right there, plus math random, and there we go. Okay, math random. Yeah, 50 and 300, let's say. Okay, I'm gonna explain this, do not worry. Already hit, true, spawn function, wait, math random. I'm gonna put this low, just for testing purposes, of course. Alright, there we go. So, this one, as I've already told you, is referring to the player. Now, right here, we are referring to the Beli value, and to the Beli value's value, okay? So we are basically trying to change our amount of Belis. So our amount of Belis equals our current amount of Belis plus some additional Belis which we receive because we have touched one of these. And the additional amount is a random number between 50 and 300. You can of course change them if you want to. And once our player has received the Beli, we enable this value. Okay, and I'm going to explain you what this does. So, of course, once a chest has been hit, you shouldn't be able to hit it for another time, okay? AKA, so basically just, you should be unable to farm unlimited money as you like, because once a chest has been touched, all of the money has been taken, and it should be, or it should disappear and then respawn later on. And that's basically what we are doing down here. So we are enabling this already hit value, which tells the script that this chest or bag has already been hit by someone else, therefore the money has been taken out of it, therefore it needs to turn, or it needs to disappear, okay? And turning this to true results in this check to fail. So this whole check fails and does not proceed with the money giving or the money increasing process down here, because we have made this value right here and to a requirement, and we are turning this to transparent, so either the chest or the back, making it look like it has disappeared. We also need to make sure that can collide is. Oh wait. No. Instead of script parent, we need to do v, because yeah. For some reason, I've thought that this script is in each of those instances right there, but that's of course not the case. V can collide, true. Okay, yeah. So this makes it look like it has been disappeared, and this makes you able to walk through it. And now the spawn function, again, as you guys should know, it does not pause the whole script because we have a wait right here. So it just continues with the code down below. So after a random amount of seconds, which is in between 20 and 60, it just makes it spawn again by turning the transparency to 0, means making making it not transparent or not invisible and making it visible to us. And we can collide dot true, not dot true equals true, expresses that we are able to touch, not touch, but to collide with the bag or the chest. And we are turning already hit to false, making it able for this check to pass, because this requirement is being set to false again, because this requirement, is being met. Okay, so that's it. Let's take a look at how this is going to work out. Make sure that it is anchored and can collide is set to true. And now let's see how this is going to work out. Let me put this down to 0. And let me walk all the way to, these things. Okay, Beli's at 0 and 52. And oh, my bad. Okay, my bad, yeah. Let's see if it respawns. But I have to fix something pretty quickly, but that should be easy. But I could start with explaining what the issue is. So this already hit a value is connected to all of these, So if I run into this one and making the already hit value to true, it is also true for this one, means the check right here for this money back fails because already hit is true because I have touched this one, And that's basically the issue. So we need to make a individual cooldown or individual already hit value for all of these instances, but that's no problem, and that's actually pretty easy to do. Let me just see if the money back works, but it should also work. Come on, just respawn. And as you can see, I'm able to collect this, but I'm unable to collect this now, because this already hit value is universal. Okay, let's remove it. And instead of having a already hit right here, we can just create a new instance, which is an int value. And we put it inside of our bag or chest, it depends on what you have touched. And we call this one, looted. Okay. And down here, instead of saying already hit or expressing already hit false, we just remove X. Okay, and up here, we just look for an instance or an int value inside of our chest or bag called looted. And if it is there, then it will of course not continue. And I have to correct myself, we are checking if it is not there. So, and not, we find first child looted then. Okay. Let's see if it works out now. But it should work out. It should work out, come on. So, yeah. Let's test it. Let's see. Okay. 442. 1, 2, 3, and I'm not able to collect it again. 4. Yeah, okay. As you can see, it does work fine. All right. And as you can see, they have this instance called looted inside, which is an int value. Okay, perfect. Okay. So one of those has respawned already, and it has been looted again. All right, yeah. So One disadvantage of this method, so with using one script for every instance right here, is that you of course, well, you are able to do it, but you just need to, just create more lands. So what I wanted to point out is that this amount of Beli you receive applies on every of those, okay? So if you have golden chests and diamonds and just casual money bags, for example, they would all, give out or drop the same amount of Belis. But you're able to change that by using some checks. So you could basically just check for the name and then give additional Belis regarding to what you have touched. That's an option, and I can show that in future videos if you want to, but that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel, share this video to all of your friends, comment something, and also give me ideas, give me feedback in the comment section, guys. Also check out my second channel. I have dropped a video on there a while ago, some days ago, which is a entertaining comedy video. I would be happy if you would check it out. And yeah, that's it with the video. Take care and see you in the next One Piece episode, which is going to be in 2 days probably.